What is up, people? Already got one person in here. 7 seconds in. How's it going? How's your night? Or day? Morning? What's up? Joshua Coe. Six people. How's everyone doing? How's your night, day, morning, evening, whatever it is? $11 people. 12 people. Good afternoon from the future. I'm doing good, man. Didn't have to work today. Slept in. Went to bed last night right after I posted that Devin Townsend video. And then slept in, got some actual sleep. That's the good thing about doing these on Saturdays, for me anyways, is I actually get sleep, so I'm actually able to process and comprehend things and talk and not have as big of bags underneath my eyes. So I was pretty surprised that the poll that I put up of I wasn't aware. I guess it makes complete sense that it would be 4 a.m. for a lot of the European people, but I just didn't think that was so much of a gap, I guess. So I think what I'm going to do to hopefully make it a little bit more accessible for more people is this Saturday I'm doing it here at 9 p.m. and then next Saturday I'll put up another poll for the people that are in those countries. Hopefully I'll figure out a time that works best for the majority of them and hopefully some of you guys as well. But maybe this Saturday I'll do one 9 p.m. right here, and then next Saturday I'll do one a little bit earlier in the day for me, which will be their evening time. So hopefully I can get more people and make it a little bit more accessible for more amounts of people and kind of bounce back and forth every other week. Do one at 9 p.m., which works best for me, but next week I'll do one earlier in the day. Because 66% of the people said that they wouldn't be able to make it and would like to because of the time difference. So what's up, everybody coming in? Won't be able to stay on for very long. Got to rest more for work. Plus my wife and I are looking at houses. Nice. Where are you moving to, Josh? Good evening from Dallas. Nice to see you from Dallas. Won't make any difference for me. I never have anything going on during the weekend. Nice. This is good radio. 3 a.m. here. You're crazy. Are you still up or did you get up early? San Diego, California to Beatrice, Nebraska. Dang, man. That's a ways. You're still up. Dude, you gotta get some sleep. I mean, I appreciate you being here and stay for the live stream, but you need to get some sleep. San Diego's ungodly expensive. I can definitely imagine that. I've heard that a lot. How cold is it where I am? Today it got up to like 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which it hasn't been that lately. It's been in like the single digit numbers and then getting up to like 20 degrees and snowy and like sleet, real crappy weather. I'm in London. Nice. I really like seeing where everyone's from. That's really cool. It's negative 22 where I am. Yeah, but you're up in Minnesota, right? Minnesota's like a different country. My whole dad's side of the family is from up in Minnesota, and it's like insane. We went up there one time and it was like negative 36, I think, like the actual temperature, not including the wind chill, which there was like a big blizzard that came in whenever we were there. Horrible. I don't know why anyone would choose to live there. It's like 60 in Florida. Yeah, I saw a picture of a newscaster in Florida that said that the low temperature for the day was like 54 degrees, and it had like an advisory underneath that they needed to limit their children's time outside playing and stuff like that because they're not used to that temperature. It was funny. It doesn't even get like super, super, super cold here, but like I can, 54 degrees is nothing. Portland, Oregon. Normally doesn't get that cold anymore. Most of the time it's tolerable. People from Florida having it rough. Yeah. They may have to put on a long sleeve shirt. For anyone interested, his wife is excited that they have shredded cheese in the fridge. I'm also excited for shredded cheese. I actually bought 2 whole bags of shredded cheese earlier today. What's up, Mick? Thanks for joining. Repairing, restringing, setting up an old 60s model Astro Tone guitar. Nice. That's the trade-off for hurricanes. I guess that's true. My fiance has some family down in Florida, and I think this summer we're going to try to make a trip down to Florida. I've never been there, ever. I haven't been to a lot of places. I've been primarily where I'm from. I've been east a lot of states going up. I went up there to the top of Ohio one time, and my dad's side of the family is from Minnesota, so we used to go up there every summer. Mr. Livestream, but I wanted to ask you if you felt like baby metal sounded like anime music. I've never listened to or watched anime. I know a lot of people are into that. I've never really got into that, but I can imagine that it does. And a lot of people in the comment section said that it was like a metal anime music. Speaking of baby metal, listen to Lady Baby. Lady Baby. Why do they all have baby in the name? I vacationed in Florida and it got down to 40 degrees and people were wearing full-on snow gear. That's sweatshirt. Yeah. Being in Minnesota, It's like a different world up there. Where my dad's family lives, it's like at the very top of Minnesota, and it's all like farm country there, and the roads are cut into mile squares, and it's like all completely flat. You drive for 1 mile, you come to a four-way stop, and you can either turn right, left, go for a mile each direction, or go straight for another mile. And the ditches, because there's so much snow, are like 6 foot deep. Like if you run off the road, you're down way down in the ditch. And they have these little snowboard or not snowboard, snowmobile like stop signs, like mini snowmobile stop signs in the ditches whenever you come to the stops, because there's so many people that get around like that. It's like a whole different place there. Ohio has no top, it's all but. From what I've seen, I would agree with that. Question for me. What's the color of a chip? True or false? Negative. That's what color. Quite a few different people in here tonight. I hope everyone is doing well. That is great. It's nice to have a couple different faces in here, as well as you guys that are in here every time. Everything's appreciated. Anybody. If I had one person in here, I would sit and chat with them. And it's really cool having people that are kind of spread out all different places too. Also, do you walk to school or do you take your lunch? I'm a robot. I don't walk anywhere. I live here in central Minnesota towards the outskirts of the metro, so it's not as extreme as the Eskimos in northern Minnesota. Yeah, my dad's family's like, I think it's like 40 miles from the very tip, like right up by Canada. What's up, Garth Hollis? I think that's how you say your name. Garth. I know that's right. What's up? Thanks for joining. Diary of a Madman is the late great Randy Rhoads masterpiece, and I can't believe you haven't reacted to it. I've never heard of that, so I was never really that big of a fan of Randy Rhoads, honestly. Have you ever listened to Dark Tranquillity? No, I have not. What's up, Robert Price? Thanks for joining. Don't count on me too much as possible. I'll accidentally fall asleep at some point. Hey, you clicked on the video. That's what matters. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, spending time chatting it up with all these crazy people. Crazy, awesome people, I should say. Please react to While She Sleeps. Is that the one that I think you've suggested a couple times, if I remember correctly? Sorry if I missed it, but are you in a band? I'm not really in a band, but I make my own music and like record it. That's what I came up with the name Alone Above Earth for, was to like start my own band, and it's just me. Like I write and record all the music myself. So technically, yes, I guess I would be in a band, but no, because it's just me. Basically more just like a music project. I would really, really like, I used to have a band whenever I was in high school, and we played a lot of shows and went to different states and played shows and stuff like that, but we never really got like popular or like more of a following than just around here. And I was basically the dedicated one. I wrote all the music and all that stuff anyways in that band, and If you're interested, by the way, I say this in every stream, but if you go to soundcloud.com and type in Alone Above Earth, just as you see it here on YouTube, you can go to my page on SoundCloud. I have 2 songs up for a free download. You can check that out. That one of the songs, it's called Last Words. That was from my band that I had in high school. And then there's another song on there called Live On. And it's one that I did after I was out of that band on my own with one of my other friends doing vocals. What's up, Just Liz? Thanks for joining. I'll be moving back to Poland soon, so one more addition to time difference. Yeah, I said this a little bit ago, but the time difference thing, I wasn't really aware that that was so much of a thing. Like, I guess it just like, skipped my mind that there are actual people in the other parts of the world that actually want to see it. That's why I kind of included that third option on that poll that I put up, just to see how much was people were interested, but, couldn't make it. And there's like 66 or 64% of the people that said they would like to see it, but the time difference was too much. So what I'm going to start doing is every other week, I'm going to do one earlier in the day for me. So like I'm doing this one right here, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll probably next Saturday do one at like noon or so. I'm going to put up another poll, so hopefully those people can let me know like the best time for them. And that way I can kind of accommodate more people and still like hopefully more people like that normally join them, like you guys can watch. But that way it gives people a chance that are way over there to join in while it's actually live instead of only watching the playback of it. Alex Hefner tried to react to some Opeth and he got hit with a copyright strike, so he had to use Google. I've noticed though with a lot of Alex Hefner's reactions, he doesn't really pause the music as much. He kind of lets things play out for an extended amount of time. And that's something that I had to deal with on that one of the Nightwish songs, The Poet and the Pendulum. I did the whole video, exported it, uploaded it, and everything, and got blocked worldwide. So then I had to go back, and that's where I came up with the little copyright avoidance technique thing, where I kind of pop in like Deadpool style and say some funny thing to the camera, like just me avoiding copyright. And then one of them, I sang a song about avoiding copyright. I did it in the Nightwish, the Poet and the Pendulum video, and I also did it in the Dream Theater video. Those are the 2 that I've had to do that on so far, and that got my video to pass through the copyright. I still don't make any money off of them because they're still copyrighted money-wise, but they're able to be viewed worldwide, which is what I care about. I don't really care about the money. I'm not going to make that from doing reaction videos. Opeth is tricky. I wonder if their older music isn't as restrictive. Hey there, dude. Danielle, what's up? Thank you for joining. Glad you could make it to this one. Have you heard Asking Alexandria new music? I haven't heard any of Asking Alexandria, whether it was old or new. Opeth in my book is criminally underrated. Strange that they wouldn't welcome more ears. Then again, might be the label. It's 100% the label. Some of them are just like completely, it's like free advertisement. And then they can claim the video, keeping it up, and make money off of it. So they're actually getting paid for free advertisement. And like a lot of the YouTubers are way bigger than I am that do these videos, and so that's a huge audience that might not have seen their stuff before. I don't get that part. I get not wanting people to make money off of your music or videos and stuff like that. I get the copyright that, like copywriting the money, if that's what they're going to do. But I don't get blocking the video worldwide. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. You're a specialist in avoiding copyrights. Yeah. Oh, I tried to find a way that would be funny enough to like make it worth me chiming in there and still kind of like poke fun at the fact that I had to do it even in the first place. Because I spent 5 hours exporting that video and uploading it, and then I had to redo the whole thing. Do you guys think I should start including more of those even whenever I don't need to? Even whenever I don't like actually need to incorporate those? Do you think that'd be a funny thing to incorporate? I just don't want to get to the point of it being annoying. That's why I've only done those 2 videos so far, because they were real long and there's a better chance of it getting struck because I let things go for a little bit longer on those songs without interrupting. About reactions, do you still have somewhere on the list? Anything that was on the list hasn't been taken off the list unless I've done it. So everything I have on the list on my phone, if I have put it on the list, it's still there until I do it. Yes, I've discovered so much music through reaction channels that I never would have otherwise. Yeah, I don't understand that whole thing. Like I said, I understand not wanting other people to make money off of it, but then again, there's no real fair way to do it, you know? Like, you are making content based on other people's things, but the way I see reactions is kind of like a movie reviewer. Like, the people go, you know, watch the movies and stuff, and obviously it's a little bit different because they're not watching the movie alongside you and putting it up on YouTube, and I guess that's where the difference comes in. But that's how I kind of view reaction and like the way that I approach things is that like whenever I see a new movie that I'm not quite sure of, there's a couple people that I'll watch on YouTube. And my opinion, I know from what I've watched and what they've watched and their reviews of them, that if they like something, I'll typically like it. Or if they don't really care for something, I typically don't care for it as well. Not because that's their opinion, but because we have similar tastes. So I'll go, if I'm on the edge about watching a movie or going to the movies and paying for seeing it, I'll check out one of their channels, and like if they like the movie and they'll talk about the details of the movie and stuff like that, not the spoilers ones, but like that will convince me to watch the movie. So that's how I kind of view doing these reactions and the details and the music and stuff like that. More like a movie reviewer, I guess. Who is your favorite guitarist, bassist, and drummer? Throw songwriting completely out the window, and just as a pure skill on the guitar, Jason Richardson would probably be my favorite guitar player, just because he can play so many different things. There's like nothing that he can't play. He can play clean stuff. He can play completely shredding the guitar in half stuff. He can play different feels, different types of music, and incorporates all of that. He can play piano super well. He's just like a super, super talented person. So he would probably be my favorite guitarist. Drummer, I don't really have a favorite drummer, I guess. I'd have to think about that. And bassist, I would say probably, I've only seen those 4 or 5 things from him, but I've watched playthroughs of him. But I think his name's Eugene from Ginger. He is a crazy good bass player. So I would probably have to pick him. Their drummer's really good too. He's probably one of my favorite that I've seen as far as like drum. Like he plays the style that I wish I could play on the drums. Like I can play drums and I can play fairly decent, but the way that he hits things and like that's where my brain is whenever drums are like I'm thinking about drum parts and stuff like that. So probably him off the top of my head anyways. You should react to Children of Bodom from the that Hatebreeder album. Yeah, I did one Children of Bodom song so far. They're funny, but if they aren't needed, then I don't think using them makes sense. Spread it out, it's hilarious. Agree. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't put very many in. Like, if I included them more often, it would probably be like every couple videos, or if I know, it's like some bands is going to get a lot of views. So I'll probably put them in those and like, show up a little bit more. That like that's my personality and that's my like style and sense of humor. That sort of like dry sense of humor. So that kind of shows off a little bit of my personality as well. The funniest one I think that I've done is it was in the Dream Theater video. I went and laid on top of my washer and dryer, and I have doors that close over them. So I had my fiance come and open the doors, and I'm just laying on top of the washer and dryer. That was my favorite one that I've done so far. That one made me laugh whenever I watched it back. Either that or whenever I was doing a headstand on the chair over here in the corner. Reactions are awesome. I would never have found Ginger on my own. I also wouldn't have found Ginger, and those are two of my like favorite players that I just mentioned. So I'm appreciative of people suggesting things like that. Four bands I'm currently digging: Allegion, Unleash the Archers, Brothers of Metal, and Beast in Black. There's been quite a few people suggesting a Legion lately. Archers, I did one by them. One of the standout things about Unleash the Archers, though, was their bass player, and from what I've seen and heard since that, the bassist actually left that band. Drummer Danny Carey, he's good, but that wouldn't be my like preferred style. He's definitely really, really good though. Chaotic Old Boar, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. Or afternoon, I guess, for you. I can't see what guitar you have there. What is it? This is a LTD EC50. It's a cheap, good guitar. The dryer one is probably my favorite. Yeah, that was funny. I can't wait till it warms up a little bit. I have some ideas like I have a drone and do some stuff like drone where I'm like laying on the ground underneath the drone and have it like written above my head or something. But it's so damn cold outside lately and like rainy and sleet that I don't want to fly my drone and go out there. I discovered Children of Bodom through the oddest place. I was watching a YouTuber play Lollipop Chainsaw. Don't know Ginger. I've done like 4 or 5 reaction videos to Ginger, so you could check those out. Self-promotion, obviously. It's Ginger with a J, though. Jinger. Or is it Jer? I don't remember. Either way, whatever. Wait till you hear the drummer from... How do you pronounce that name? It's like MGLA. Right on, I like ESP Ltd. I retired, so I'm making custom guitars for fun. Nice. Maybe one day I'll have enough money to have you make me a custom guitar. Yeah, Ginger. Jinjer. That's correct. I had a brain fart for a minute. Need to react to Light the Torch, one of my favorite vocalists of all time. That's Howard, right? That used to be in Killswitch. He's really good. I really like him. And I've heard that Light the Torch is a really good band too. Not like a shitty version of what he used to do, but it's like actually really good. Is it Migwa? Means fog in Polish. Have you ever been into Killswitch Engage? If so, do you like Howard or Jesse? I have been a really, really big fan of both of them and Killswitch. Like, I used to play their whole CD to practice. Like, I would learn all the songs on the CD and just start the CD, play all the way through it from start to finish in my room where I was younger. I haven't heard their newest CD, I think, but they're a band that was very, very influential in my style. Like Parkway Drive, Lamb of God, and Killswitch Engage were probably the top 3 bands that had like a super big influence on my playing. That's where a lot of my melodic influences actually came from, were Killswitch. And the reason I got into Parkway Drive actually is because the guitar player from Killswitch Engage actually recorded Parkway Drive, and he said something about them, so I looked them up and got into them. So that's the reason I actually started listening to Parkway Drive. But as for the Howard versus Jesse thing, I don't get into that. They're both good. They both bring their sound to the table. They're both awesome. I don't get into who I think is better or whatever. They're both awesome and awesome dudes. So that's all that really matters to me. They make good music. They write really cool lyrics that are most of the time positive. I really like that. Being a multi-instrumentalist, what would you consider strongest and weakest skill? My strongest skill would definitely be playing the guitar, and my weakest skill would be singing, I would say. That's one thing I've been trying to practice a lot, is getting my vocal ability up, because I've always kind of pushed that off in like trying to write better songs and stuff. I played guitar since I was 8 years old. So I play guitar, I'm 27 now, so I've played guitar for 21 years. Is that correct? No, 19 years. I suck at math. Played guitar for 19 years and I'm only 27 years old, so that would definitely be my strongest suit. Piano probably, as just an instrument, would be my weakest thing that I can actually play some of, but I just haven't dove completely into piano. That would be why. Wife wouldn't give me a couple grand for a nice Telecaster, so I made 2. Nice. Grew up on Killswitch. That was like my thing. Killswitch. a lot of their clean and melodic influences and stuff like that. That definitely, one of these days, I'm just gonna upload some stuff for you guys to check out. Like I'll do maybe like a playthrough, do some playthroughs of my older stuff and put that up as videos. You guys can check out a lot of what I used to do and like my stuff back then, because it's if you listen to what I do now, it's definitely like an evolution of that, but you can definitely tell what my influences were back then. Their newest album is on par with their older stuff, maybe even better at times, but that's debatable. Might be tricky for English speaking people. Yeah, that would probably be one of those bands where whenever I think I've only done that once, but I don't even say the name. Like obviously I have it in the title and you know what you're clicking on, so I hate pronouncing things incorrectly. Like that's one of my pet peeves. So if I can't pronounce it correctly or what I think is correctly, then I just won't say it. They sound like gore. Did I prefer Howard Jones or Jesse Leach? Both. Both are awesome. I prefer probably the actual sound of Jesse's voice more, but the music that they made with Howard is probably my favorite music. So it's kind of like a like I don't care whatsoever which one of the singers they had. They all like they're the music is all obviously always awesome, and the singing and screaming is always awesome. I believe Killswitch has an album coming out this year. Probably. I think that their newest album came out last year, so that'd be a 2 year. Do you like Linkin Park? Who doesn't like Linkin Park? That's the real question. If you look back on my channel, I've done two covers of Linkin Park songs. One was What I've Done, and another one was In the End. I did like a metal version of those. That's the only videos that I did previous to my reaction videos that actually got any views whatsoever. Tool is easy to pronounce. That is correct. I will definitely be doing more Tool. Imagine not growing up on Linkin Park. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. I guess Linkin Park was another really, they wasn't really influential on my playing, I guess, as much. Like I didn't do any of the hip hop type or like electronic type stuff in my music at all. But just their whole sound was awesome. I'm not one of those people that hated whenever they started changing or anything like that. Their sound a little bit like I'm pretty open to what people want to do and stuff like that. Who am I to judge? Like I don't judge things on what they should have sounded like or what I think they should sound like or what kind of music I think they should make. I just listen to it as an album or music. Are you open to listening to a different genre? I'm open to listening to anything. What did you feel about Killswitch Engage's cover of Holy Diver, if you listened to it? I definitely did listen to it, and that solo is one of my favorite sounding guitar things ever. I used to play that all the time. my old housemate didn't like Linkin Park to the point of turning back to them while on stage. I don't understand that. Are your reactions going to branch out to other music, like one of my favorite, the Reverend Horton Heat? I would really like to do that, but I think I would need to get myself more well established first. Because what I've found on my own channel, because I actually did start off, I did a couple pop songs and a country song as well by Chris Stapleton, which is an insane vocalist and music maker, everything. He's crazy good. But I did those starting off, and it only got a couple hundred views as opposed to the metal reactions, which get a lot more views. And I think that is because people who are into this sort of music actually care enough about the instruments. They care enough about what people think of it to check out like what people think about it. And unless I do the whole like metalhead reacts to blah blah blah, I don't think it will get as much views, and I pretty much refuse to do that to try to get people to watch my channel. I don't really like that. All these people you see on YouTube that do vocal coach reacts to blah 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 blah, but they don't know what they're talking about. I've clicked every one that I've seen. Like I would have a better time explaining what vocal techniques they're using than these vocal coaches. And I'm definitely not a vocal coach. I know about it and what they're doing, like the different types of voices, all that stuff. But they get an insane amount of views, so they do it. But I pretty much have refused to do that. Like, I'm not going to try to bait people in to that extreme by just like embellishing what I do. I want people to click on the video if they want to watch it, and then get them to stay for me and my opinion and the way that I break down the songs and like my personality, stuff like that. But I would totally be down to answer your question. Long story long, definitely would be down to do that at some point, because I'm definitely not just into metal. I'm into a lot of things. How do you rate Chester as a vocalist? I don't know how you don't rate Chester as one of the very, very top people, especially in this whole genre music scope of heavier music. The scope of what he could pull off and do it pretty much flawlessly every single time, that's like unheard of and unseen. And he's always been like that. Even if you watch the tapes, I haven't said tapes since I was like 5 years old. If you watch the videos of him like way back in the day, whenever they very, very first started, or before they even got the record deal, whenever they're like practicing in this little teeny tiny room, he is like screaming his head off and does it with like the perfect amount of everything and singing completely perfect, on pitch. And that's just them in like this little crappy room. He had like that super dyed hair. He did it like perfectly. Like for me anyways, personally, I don't know of any other vocalist that I can think of that can do this amount of things that he can to anywhere near as good as he could do it and pull it off all the time. For 20 years he did it. You should do a reaction to Anthrax and Public Enemy. Why are they regarded as the first rap metal crossover? A lot of those older songs, though, looking into the copyright aspect of things, a lot of older like metal or rock gets copyright strikes a lot and blocked worldwide. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because of the companies back then that had the copyright and everything, but a lot of those videos don't make it. And I'm not going to get a copyright strike just to do a band. That's the same thing with like baby metal. I've looked into those a lot now since I did that, I'm surprised that one hasn't been copyright striked because it's got quite a bit of views now. But apparently their record label really, really isn't very good about the whole copyright situation. Regarding bands changing their style, if it sounds good, it sounds good regardless of genre. I agree 100%. I mean, you may not like the change, but I said this in the Parkway Drive video that I just did the other day, that like bashing a band for not making the same music you think they should make, that's like the utmost ignorant thing ever. It's their life. They've made music for 15 years now. You expect them to make the same stuff they made as teenagers? There wasn't a Linkin Park when I started my metal journey. Yeah. I was. Oh, there the kids go. Well, they lasted 40 minutes without going crazy. Maybe dedicate one day a week to reacting to non-metal genre or something. Yeah, if I could do that, or if I could get to where I could post a video a day, I would definitely do that. But right now, with the way I work and all the other stuff that I got going on, there would definitely not be time for me to do a video a day. And I feel like that would take away from what's actually going to grow my channel and reach more people. But I definitely want to do that at some point. I would like more Linkin Park reactions. And do you still listen to rap at all? Or do you listen to rap at all? I don't really listen to much rap per se. Like I don't hate on rap, I guess. Like that's not my thing, is to really hate on anything or not listen to something just because. But like I'll give anything a chance, and if it's good, I like it. Like one of my favorite, I would say overall people in all of music is probably The Weeknd, just because of like the way that he goes about making his music and stuff. He puts a lot of actual emotion into his music, and he's really, really good at building like an atmosphere as soon as the song starts. Like, if you listen to his most recent stuff, like the song Call Out My Name, I think it is, like the way that all the sounds and everything are in it's really, really good. He does a good job of building like a landscape of a song, and then his vocals, and he uses different effects to emphasize certain things on the vocals. Very, very good from a like production standpoint and performance standpoint. So I really like that stuff. The problem with Linkin Park though, to do reactions to them, I have heard basically everything from Linkin Park, so I can't really do a first reaction to something that's not a first reaction. One thing I am going to start doing though is for some of the stuff that I really, really like, I think I'm going to start doing some sort of thing, like make it a separate playlist or something, and do like a more of a review. That's kind of how I do it anyways. So, I mean, the first reaction videos are me listening to the song very first time and my first impression of it. But my first impression is usually pretty good, especially for what my opinion of it is. I don't really waver that much on my opinion because I guess I'm open enough to not really judge it too harshly. So one thing I really want to do is take some songs that I actually really like, some bands that I really like, and do like more of a review type thing on them. Because like breaking down the songs like I do with the whole like details of the music and stuff like that, I still think that people could find a lot of benefit Did I get a drink? Talking too much. In California, it wouldn't be a pop song. It would be a soda song. Josh. It's soda here too. That's up north. Don't be afraid to dip back into other genres again. Multi-instrumentalist reacts to. Yeah. Those vocal coach videos are annoying. I've tried to give them a chance, but I wanted to bang my head against the wall every time. No offense to anyone that likes them. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. Like, they're basically, like, they're not, if they are vocal coaches, then they're probably like a vocal coach for people that don't know what an actual vocal coach would be like. From the ones that I checked out, though, I only clicked on a couple of them, and they were so not good that I couldn't, like, really stand to watch too much more. Going to see them with Parkway. Nice. I wasn't really into Linkin Park, but I was into Soundgarden, and both their deaths still, yeah. That dude was really good too. I can't remember his name, but he had like a super, super unique voice. Favorite vocalist has to be, is that Tommy or Tommy from Amorphous? I've only heard that one song, The Bee, from them, but he was super good. I was definitely impressed by the vocalist. Baby metal copyright is weird. Some get through, others don't for the same song. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to take too much risk just to do the baby metal songs. And the way that I do reactions, I know some people have said to do the sync up type thing, but the way that I do them, where I pause the song, it would be basically impossible to do that. So I might do more from them, I might not. Have I ever heard of Skillet? I have indeed. Skillet was really, really popular whenever I was in, I want to say like junior high school. Copyright strikes on YouTube channels for reaction videos is kind of counterproductive to me. They get free publicity for a band and take videos down. Where's the logic in that? That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Not only do they get free publicity, but they get paid for it as well. Like if they copyright the song, they get the money for it. But some of them go like above and beyond. Apparently they want to be overachievers and block the video worldwide. That's what I don't get. Relatability needs to count, though, like metal and but Otep and Christina Aguilera don't seem to relate. I don't understand what you said there. Yeah, Chris Cornell. That's his name. I need to catch up on these comments. Hold on. Soundgarden and Alice in Chains, in my book, were by far the best things to come out of Seattle. Alice in Chains is really good. I've listened to quite a few of their songs. Soundgarden, I've listened to a lot of their stuff, but Like, it's been a long time since I've heard it. Chris Cornell and Chester passed 2 months apart. Yeah. I remember whenever Chris Cornell passed away, and there's a video of Chester doing their song One More Light as like a tribute to him. That was like one of the tugging at the old heartstrings moments there watching that. You could tell it would like killed him to even be there doing that. But he did it flawlessly again. He was like barely able to make a sound, but still made those sounds perfectly. In the South, we don't call it soda or pop. We just call everything by Coke. If not a Coke, we call it by its name. Saw Alice in Chains in '89. They were a last-minute replacement for Warrant, opening for Poison. I was -3 years old in 1989. Have you listened to any Machine Head? They were one of my favorite up and in the 90s, but their recent albums haven't been that good in my opinion. They disbanded a few months ago, sadly. I have listened to, I can't remember if, I think it's Machine Head. They have a song called Now I Lay Thee Down or something like that. I don't know if that's correct, but if that's the same band, then yes, I've heard them, but that's the only song I've heard by them. Have you heard of a drummer named Gavin Harrison? He is one of the best in my books. I've not that I know of anyways. Other subgenre of music reaction I think would go over well if relatable to metal. Yeah, I get that. Get what you're saying now. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I live in Texas. It's either soda or Coke. You people are weird in Texas. I really would like to move to Texas. Really, really would like to move to Texas. Joshua Coe, going to get back to sleep. Hope you all have a great night. Hope you have the best night ever, dude. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the cheese and the soda comments. Always bringing the flavor into these comment sections. That is the same band, yes. If that's the only song you've heard and you liked it, I could suggest some songs to you. Yeah, I think whenever I had my first band in like junior high school, we did a cover of that song actually. Everything is bigger and better in Texas. Do I have a favorite snack? Probably Kit Kats at the moment. I've been on a Kit Kat kick. Say that. Kit Kat kick. I've been on one of those for a little while now. I get those little snack size Kit Kats. That way I don't like overdo it. Good people in Texas, but humidity will kill, and roaches you need a BB gun to deal with. That'd be fun. Target practice. We just surpassed the 1 hour on this live stream. Thank you guys for checking it out. Thanks for staying here with me. No, I'm not getting off right now. I'm just saying thank you. Some of you guys have been in here since the very, very beginning. Appreciate you hanging out. People who have joined since, appreciate you hanging out. I just appreciate everybody. I'm a big ball of appreciation. Some people call where I'm from the Texas of Australia. I really want to go to Australia. Being from Australia, is Australia as cool as everyone talks about it being? I would like to hear an Australian's point of view on that. Are you a Mudvayne fan? If so, do you like Hell Yeah? I've never listened to Hell Yeah, but I wouldn't say a fan of Mudvayne, but I appreciated their music. They didn't really play like anything I was real big into, but they were definitely talented. Their bassist especially, I remember him being super, super good. Peanut butter Kit Kats are my favorite if I can ever find them. I've never had a peanut butter one. I just like plain Jane regular Kit Kats. In Minnesota, it's fun to find frozen roaches. Throw those in what is his name? Bear Grylls. Throw them in a protein shake or something. Extra protein. That's kind of disgusting. Love Dr. Pepper. Land of killer spiders. Too much shit that can kill you in Australia. In Poland, we got only Catholics. Hey, they can kill you too. Since we've got a few other people in here, would you guys want me to play through a couple songs? Couple of my songs. Alright. I thought you would never ask. I'll play through a couple here. Got the old Superman pajama pants on. Let's see. Hopefully this isn't too loud. This is one that I played in the last live stream, but there was a lot of problems with people not getting notifications and stuff, so I don't know if any of you guys actually were in there at that time to hear it. So I'll play a couple of those first. This is one of the ones that is completely done with vocals, and this is like the final recording of it. This is the project I started after I left my band. So this has vocals. This is a completely finished full song. Yeah, you'll hear that. I just noticed, by the way, after I play a song every single time, I watch back a couple of the live streams. Every single time that I stop a song, I go, woo, without even thinking about it. Gotta celebrate. I messed up a couple times on that, which really pisses me off. I hate messing up. But I haven't warmed up whatsoever. Let's see. My 16-year-old is jealous right now. Cool shit. I don't know why it froze it. I refreshed on my laptop and it worked. So try that. I'll wait till people get back in here, hopefully. I'm back. I never left. All right. Now that we've got some people back in here, thank you guys for doing that. I don't know why it froze. It froze on my laptop over here too. So I just hit refresh. It worked. Thanks for doing that. I'm going to go ahead and play through another song and see if no digital tuner. I have a digital tuner, but it's like all the way across the room. I'm gonna play another song. This one will be from the same song session as that song that I just played. So I'll turn the playback of the actual music up a little bit to match my guitar. Hopefully that'll work. Gotta keep that going. I've always liked the ending of that song a lot. Whew. What's one of the first songs I learned on the guitar? Let me see if I can remember it. Wait. Sweet Dreams by Marilyn Manson. Or Marilyn Manson's version of Sweet Dreams, I guess. One of the very first songs that I learned. Just because that was whenever that first came out, and it was like the most popular thing ever played, and I thought the wah part in that sounded cool. Which now, if you have watched all my videos, you know that I actually really don't like the sound of a wah pedal. But whenever I was 8 years old, it was so cool. Rocking this so hard the video can't keep up. Man, I've had problems with this live stream almost every time. Hopefully it doesn't completely fart out again. Sounds so much like In Flames. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Hopefully. Sounds much better. I'm not a fan of the Cookie Monster vocals, but I'm really digging the music. Yeah, my friend who did the vocals for that actually like blew out his voice. He definitely was not doing it correctly. He's a super, super good, clean singer though, and he's since then went in that direction, which suits him very well. His singing voice is really good. But for this, I wanted that scream, and he was the only person I knew that could do that. And I wanted him for his clean vocals as well. And he could do both, so we just did it that way. Very well said, while I was for 8 years old. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, let me see if I can pull up another one here. I'll play the really fast, the fast, fast, fast song. Hopefully it doesn't fall. I really need to get a tripod to put this on. That way, focus. This is one of my new songs, it's a demo. I literally broke a sweat while doing that song. Disgusting. That's one of those forearm burning songs that I talked about. What's up, Raven? Nice to have you here. Today, tonight. I don't know what time of day or what day it is for you. Some of the people in here, it's Sunday morning. Damn, dude, really digging this one too. That riff is awesome. Thank you. Whew. It's hotter than hell in here. Thanks, great to be here. 5 a.m. for me in Switzerland. Thanks for joining from Switzerland. That's awesome. 5 a.m. That's a little bit early. Are you up for work or are you just up? I can imagine you don't get up at 5 a.m. for the funsies. This song ever. Just the demo version, just like that last one. This isn't an all the way complete version, but this will be one of the new songs that I record and release. It has like everything that I talk about in my videos, how it has different elements to it. It has different speeds of things. It has different feels of things. It has building and building parts. It has heavy parts. It has melodic parts. This song is going to be like my masterpiece. So if you like what I'm doing, definitely probably like this one. Everyone has said that this is by far their favorite. Every time I've played it so far, I'm still sweating. What the hell? I'm gonna have to start ending with the fast song. Anyways, I'm gonna play the song, my favorite one I've ever done. Let me know what you guys think of it. I really, really like it. Yes. Woo! Love that song. Let's see. Go back into the comments here. You need to make a new album. I would definitely listen. Good news for you. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I would definitely jam this stuff. That's good to hear. I get up early most mornings for work. I wake up at pretty same time every day. You should have a fan blowing in your face like Flora and Nightwish does. Yeah, except my hair wouldn't look like as majestic as hers does. With a majestic flowing beard instead. Yeah. I used to have a really big beard. A really big beard, like down to here. Holy balls. Yes. Holy crap. You need to release an album. I will be releasing an album. I'm hoping to have that completely done and recorded and everything by this summer. Hopefully that'll give me enough time to get everything done. I'm going to try to do it as highest quality as I possibly can. It'll be great. But these last couple songs are new, or not finished, I should say. They're not really new. They're like 5 years old. But I'm writing and coming up with new ideas and stuff like that for that. I'm simply up early, enjoying some great music and hyping myself up for a concert tomorrow evening. Saw your live stream and decided to join you and chat. Well, I really, really appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for clicking. Are you new? Are you new to the channel, Raven? You're seeing Beartooth and Architects. Architects are one of probably my favorite band. I'm absolutely in love with this song. I really like that song. Really, really like it. Thank you, by the way. Great melody part. Really digging that sound. I really like that sound as well. Thank you. That was awesome. I will. First time seeing Beartooth Architects, though, is one of my favorite bands. Seen them about 7 times until now. Man, I really want to see Architects. Really want to see. I haven't got the chance to see them yet at all. I would say my newer playing style, or my new things that I'm coming up with, hairball, are very Architects inspired. Between like Architects and Periphery, that sort of like melody infused, awesome, headbanging, really good stuff. I think anyways. Obviously I'm making it, so hopefully I would like it. Been subscribed for about 2 months if I recall correctly. Nice. Thank you for that as well. Appreciate having you here along with everybody else. Alright, I'm going to play through one more song and then call the playing a night. First time catching a live stream from you, though. Well, I appreciate you being here. Being up early. I'm going to start doing, I've said this a couple times in here, but you're newer. I'm going to start doing live streams every other week a little bit earlier for me, like 9 hours earlier. So it will be like, let's see, 8 p.m., I think, your time. So every other week, I think I'm going to start doing one like that, where I do one like this week. I'm doing it at 9 p.m. my time. It's whenever I started this live stream anyways. And then the other week, do one a different time, a little bit earlier. That way people from the other side of the world have a better chance of seeing it as well. All right. One more song. This one is also one of my I like this song a lot. Not quite as much of a masterpiece as that last song, but I really, really like the way this song sounds. Gotta make that a tradition now. Every time. Great, then I'll be able to tune in more often. That's kind of what I got. I put up a poll earlier on my YouTube channel on the little community tab thing. And there was like 64 or 66% of people that said they would like to tune in, but they couldn't because of the time difference. So I'm going to try to accommodate that a little bit more. I wasn't aware that there was of a prevalent thing, but since it is, I'm going to fix it. All right, I'm gonna put this guitar up. Next gig is Parkway and Killswitch on Tuesday. That's gotta be like the best ass concert you could possibly go to. I wish I was going. Totally jealous of that. Kinsey Reynolds. Sorry I'm late. New sub here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for clicking it.
Hey Brian.
What?
Can I get those weights?
Yeah.
Will I be seen if I walk in?
No.
Okay.
Are you a very new subscriber? Like you just subscribed? That would be awesome. I've seen Ghost once at Wacken. It was 2 a.m. and the musical atmosphere combined with their lyrics. Nice. I've never heard of Ghost or seen them. When you start playing live gigs, your audience will yell woo at the end of each song. That would be awesome. Loved hearing your kids say woo. That wasn't my kid, that was my fiance. She just sounds like a little kid. That's like, I told her that I did that whenever I watched through that last live stream. I was like, after every song, I didn't even think about it. I just go, woo. Like, yeah, I didn't mess up too bad, I guess. That would be funny though, if I ever got to the point of playing live shows and the people actually did that. That's like a running thing. A couple of days ago. Well, thanks for doing that. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking on the video in the first place. Thanks for clicking on this video. It's very much appreciated. We've been hanging out here for an hour and 44 minutes on this live stream. Probably at 2 hours, I'll probably cut it. Got to get the kids ready for bed. It's 10:50 p.m. right now here. So about 15 more minutes and I'll go ahead and get off here. I swear I heard one of your kids echo your woo. That was my fiance. Ghost is a great Swedish metal band, but their songs are known for YouTube takedowns, sadly. Damn. I haven't seen copyrights on them. That is sad. Well, you wouldn't have seen copyrights on them if they had been taken down. You need to give your subscribers a nickname. Come up with a nickname. Whenever I very first start, do you guys know, like, I never know, I guess, I'll ask you guys some questions here. Do you guys actually, like, really pay attention to what I say? Like in the beginning of the video, whenever I first come in, what I say? Does anybody here know that? I say the same exact thing every single time. Hello, internet people. That's kind of what I say, but not exact. Yeah, I say, what is up, people of the internet? Because whenever I sat down to record my first video, I had no plan at all what I was going to say, how I was going to start the video. I just wanted to start it, and whatever I naturally said, like, be the thing that I say. So the only thing I could really think of in that moment, whenever I came and sat down in the chair and looked at the camera the first time, was that I would be talking to people of the internet. So that's what I just did and stuck with. By the way, who in here has seen the Devin Townsend video that I put up yesterday? And if you have, did you catch what I did whenever I got in the chair? I did something different for that video that I've never done before, and I don't think anybody really caught what I actually did. You slammed into the side? No. What I did was I recorded my chair in the spot like by itself with me not in the frame whatsoever, and let that kind of play out for a second. And then I did a jump cut because a lot of people talk about the jump cuts in my videos. So I did a jump cut. And what I did was I came over to my chair and like jumped up in the air above it and cut myself in frame while I was in the air and slammed down into the video. So I like actually pop out of nowhere, like just I'm not there, and then I just appear and slam into the chair, and I put a sound effect with it where it makes it sound like I'm about to crash through the chair. I was waiting for somebody to like pick that out in the comments, and no one did. I want to start incorporating like little things like that instead of just coming over here and sitting down in the chair to start the video. So start watching the videos, the very intro. I'm going to start doing little things like that, like some thing. Just make it a little bit more interesting off the bat. One of these days, I'm going to myself and make multiple versions of me that like pop into the scene at the same time. I'm going to do that as well, so watch out for that too. You could come in like a PowerPoint transition. What's up, man? I'm assuming man. If you didn't pick up on that in the beginning of that video, go back and watch it, because I put a lot of effort into that. I think it got overlooked. gonna watch it after this. I never really know, like, the couple people in here that have been like on every single video and on the live streams I know and have talked to, and they like know me more. But one of the things that I want to start incorporating a little bit is like more of me and what I do outside of just these reaction videos. Like, I have my own photo and video business on the side, so I shoot wedding videos and music videos, and I actually like make videos for companies and like promo videos, stuff like that. So like video work is what I do, and photo work. And by the way, speaking of photos, if you have Instagram and you haven't followed me on Instagram, what the hell are you doing with your life, for one? Because like my Instagram's pretty cool. So if you ever want to see more of me, go check out my Instagram. It's linked, every single one. Every single video, it's a little bloop pops up on the corner, and it's also linked in the description of every video, but it's Brian Swino and then the number 1. But like, I'm an actual photographer, so there's not just a bunch of selfies and stuff on there. Like, I actually take pictures, photos, make them. I have a drone. I do a lot of cool drone shots, stuff like that. Did you check out that other version of Kingdom yet? I did not. Which version specifically are you talking about? Now you mentioned it, I was able to spot it. I'll make sure to call you out on what you are doing different during intros. Your photos are awesome. Thank you. I have Instagram and follow you, but I don't really use it. Yeah, I saw that you followed me on there. Thank you for that. I'll follow you after as well. Sorry to repeat myself, but in case you missed it, we could be earthlings to you. That would be funny. I'm not real big into like even with like kids and stuff. Like, I call people by their name. I'm not real big on like nicknames and like pet names and stuff like that. But I mean, if everyone wanted a name, I think that's something that would have to pretty much come from you guys, though. Like, that makes sense. Like, haven't seen it yet. I'll have to check it out. Definitely check it out. I also post stories every day. Sometimes whenever I'm practicing like singing and playing acoustic guitar, I'll record a little clip and put it up on the Instagram stories and stuff like that. So different of a version of me on there. You see the pictures and stuff I put up, which I'm going to start posting more and more pictures on Instagram. Right now I'm posting one every couple days just because of the way my whole life is freaking crazy all the time, busy, and I haven't had a lot of time to do that specifically, but I want to get to where I'm posting I can't talk right now. Get to where I'm posting a photo a day, like an actual photo on Instagram, on top of the live streams or the Instagram stories and stuff. So you get a different version of me a little bit. Also, another thing I'm going to start doing, for anyone interested, let's see, hold on. I'm going to start doing more, not like taking away from the reaction videos, but on top of that, I'm going to start doing like a more vlog vlog style video every like week or two. Put out one of those with like just me. Like I film things and I can make it like real cool, cinematically looking. Like I said, I have the drone, so I could do some sweet drone footage and like behind the scenes of what I'm doing in my life, like actually about me, not even specifically to do with the music aspect of everything. So I know those videos aren't going to get as many views, but for the people that actually give a shit and want to see more of me and see like different things about me, I think I can make it like good enough to be entertaining, and it'll, if nothing else, it'll look good. Yeah, I love that the last video on your vlog channel is a month ago. Yeah, I wanted to really put out a video a week on the vlog channel, but it just, I've been working so many hours of overtime, like whole extra 10 to 12 hour days and stuff like that. It's just like crazy. And on top of that, trying to come home, film a video, edit a video, all that stuff. That's been taking up the majority of my time. This channel right here has been taking up the majority of my time outside of doing that, which I have to do to work and provide for my family. So I don't use Instagram because I feel like 80% of the content is people showboating. I feel you there for sure. I agree to an extent. That would have to do with kind of who you're following and what you're following them for, though. Kinsey Reynolds, good night all. I've got to be up early tomorrow. Thank you for joining the live stream, Kinsey. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you checking it out. Have a good night. I feel you on the overtime. It sucks. Yes, it definitely sucks. Especially when you're working like 54 hours at least. Real taxing on the body. Especially. Hey bro, how you going? What's up, man? Thanks for joining the live stream. What?
I'm just gonna watch you.
You're watching me live stream to people?
Yeah. Why not?
I love being on a live stream chat of a reaction channel and not every comment is a reaction suggestion. Yeah, that gets annoying sometimes. People only commenting a song for you to do. I can only imagine what it's like whenever you get like a actual big channel going, and like say you look at like Alex Hefner's videos, if you look at the comment section on there, it's just like thousands and thousands of comments and people are just basically only suggesting songs, not even like saying anything about what he's doing. That's one of the things I really like about doing the live streams on here, especially, is there might be only a few people in here, but it's like hanging out with some of your friends from all across the world, and I get to like play music and have people like give your opinion on it, whether you like it or don't like it or what you like about it. So that helps me in that regard and gets my stuff heard as well by different people. And then hopefully once I start doing the live streams at different times every other week, like I said, I can get some more people involved in here. And there was like 66% of the people said that they would like to be here, but they couldn't because of the time difference. So hopefully doing these, like, I'm going to start doing it every other week at this time. So like this week we'll be here 9 p.m. We started this, and then so next Saturday I'll probably do it sometime around noon, which will be 12 p.m. Central Standard Time in the United States. That way it's like evening time for all the people in those countries over there. Because I have a much, much bigger following, or people subscribe to me from like Finland and the UK and Poland, Sweden, all those. I have a much, much bigger following from there than I do actually my own country. So it makes sense that they couldn't tune in at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I was just about to say Alex Hefner. Been on his streams a few times and 2/3 of the comments. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I guess you just kind of got to ignore that to a certain extent whenever people are just like bombarding you with, like at the size that my channel is right now, it gets really, really overwhelming. And like, that's why I started doing the list whenever I first started these reactions, and quickly realized that like I'm not going to be able to put every song that people suggest on the list and get through it, because it's just impossible. I'm only one person. If I had like a team of people doing this and could pump out videos every single day, that might be one thing, but I just can't do that. I have to work. That's one thing about Alex Hefner. He doesn't work. He goes to law school, which he's now finished with, if I'm correct, and basically doesn't have a job, an actual job to do. So Ben and Sori is an interesting channel. There's a lot of people have said things about them, and I've seen some of their videos, like they'll pop up in the related videos to my videos, but I've never really checked them out. The only thing I've really heard about them is that their videos are super, super long, and that most people don't watch all of them because they're like 30 or 40 minutes long. I don't know why you would make YouTube videos that long about songs, but that's their thing, I guess. I guess if you give yourself that amount of time, you can go super in depth with things, but I would rather keep things a little bit shorter and like short and sweet, keep it to the point. But apparently they're doing something right, because they have like 60 or 70,000 subscribers, so. I love Alex's live streams, and it's annoying the amount of request spam. Yeah. I don't envy that part of what he does. And that's one thing that I want to start, not like taking away from the reactions. I don't want to do that. But I also definitely want to start making a part of my channel more me. That way the people that follow me and actually want to learn more about me and see more about me, then they have that option, and hopefully start building that part of my channel as well. And I'm going to start doing that on this channel, because my other channel, I think it's going to be too hard to try to tell people to go over here to watch the vlog or whatever, because I've only got, I think the whole time I've been doing this, I've only gotten like 15 subscribers on that channel, whereas I've gotten 5,300 here on this channel. So it'd be much, much easier to just put the vlogs on this channel. I'll probably end up doing it like a certain day of the week. I will put a vlog up, and then probably like, it'll probably end up being like Monday or Tuesday, because those are the days that I normally don't upload a reaction video. And then that'll give me like a week or week and a half to finish a vlog, make it really good. That way it's worth actually uploading, worth your guys' time to watch. Because that's one thing I definitely don't want to do, is upload something that's just a waste of time. So it's 7 a.m. here. I should go to sleep. Go to sleep then. Appreciate you joining. Appreciate you being here and lacking sleep just to watch. What are some of your favorite foods? Some of my favorite foods are, I could live off of pizza. Pizza is incredible. pepperoni, and Canadian bacon pizza, or ham, whatever you want to call it. Here we call it Canadian bacon, ham, and pepperoni pizza. That's my favorite thing to eat ever. I could eat it every single day. I like tacos with just meat and cheese. I'm a very simple type of dude. Meat and cheese, pizza. I like big old burgers, just stuff like that. Lately, I've been eating a lot of eggs, scrambled eggs with cheese and a little bit of sausage biscuits and stuff. That's what I've been eating for breakfast a lot. And then hamburger, chicken, barbecue chicken, stuff like that. People even donate only to be sure that Alex sees their music suggestions, but he doesn't favor those suggestions. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I've gotten two super chats so far on these live streams. One of them was from Chaotic Old Boar in here, which was incredible. I'm still very, very thankful for you doing that. But it wasn't to have any song suggestion. You even wrote that out in the super chat. This is not to move a particular song off the list. I just really, really appreciate that you would super chat just for the fact that you really appreciate what I'm doing. That means more to me than anything about the super chat. I probably wouldn't move songs up the list or something like that just because someone gave me a super chat. That's not what it's about to me, really. Like, if you want a super chat, that's completely fine. I will be forever grateful. It's insane. It's crazy for me to think that someone would do that, but I would be above and beyond appreciative of it. Just like I was whenever I got the 2 super chats. It was like, whenever I saw that pop up, it just like blew my mind that someone had done that. It's crazy. But like people super chatting just to move songs up the list or suggestions or something like that, I don't really think there's a point in doing that. I believe Alex graduates in the spring. That might be right. I don't know. I've only watched a couple of his videos recently. He did that song Cross Off by Mark Morton and Chester. He did that song, so I watched that one. And then he did Ginger, their new song that I did a reaction to. So I watched that one as well. That's the bad thing about doing this, having this reaction channel myself, is that I can't really watch other people's videos unless I know the song already, or else it would kind of take something away from my own channel. Jen G. I'm a Vin and Sori patron as well. I haven't really dove into the whole Patreon thing yet. I'm kind of on the fence about doing that. I don't know. I'd have to actually really look into it, and I don't ever want to do anything that anybody would think is like shady or anything like that. And I've heard some things about Patreon, and I guess I just need to really look into it myself and kind of get my own opinion going and stuff like that. And maybe check and see like what I would even be able to do on there that would be worth people's money, because that's the last thing I want to do is try to get people to pay me for something. But it would also be really, really cool to be able to make any amount of money off of the videos and the effort that I put into things, because currently I make 0 monies off of this. Pretty much every single song except for like 2 or 3 has gotten copyrighted, so that pretty much leaves me with no no income whatsoever from this. The only thing that's really monetized for sure on my YouTube channel are these live streams because that's my own original content. And the more people I have in here, the better for that as well. And I can also accept like super chats and stuff like that. So the super chat and my live streams on here ones that I've done so far. Might I ask if you put Breakdown of Sanity on your list? Selfishly asking. I'm pretty sure I did. I think it was... I'm pretty sure I did. I can't remember. But it sounds familiar, so I definitely probably have done that. Patreon is not shady. Your fans can pledge as less as $1 a month to support you. Yeah, I've heard things about it, so like I haven't been able to actually sit down and form my own opinion. So I definitely need to look more into Patreon and like what it's all about and like what I could actually offer for people to pay money. Because I'm one of those people like I understand 100% the value of people's money and people's time because I'm one of those people. I'm an everyday normal person just like you guys. I know I'm not ever going to ask for people to pay money for something that I don't think would be actually worth their time and money. So that's kind of what I mean by I would never want to do anything shady like that. Like I'm not just going to do something on Patreon just to get people to try to get me money. I'm not going to do that. But if I can find something that I can do and offer to people, like one of the examples one of the examples that I've used before is like having smaller bands, say like bands that aren't huge and have a huge worldwide audience. Once I've built my subscriber base up more, because right now I don't think it's at the point where it would be most beneficial for people to pay me to do it, but maybe every once in a while, I will do an actual reaction to a smaller band, maybe even like a local band, something like that, for a certain amount of money. That way they will have their audience. It'd be basically them just paying for an advertisement, but the advertisement will be guaranteed people who are into music, if that makes sense. But they'll pay me a certain amount to do the video for their band, which is basically them just paying for advertisement. Especially since I have a wider worldwide audience. Isn't it the ads that actually get you paid? There are ads on the videos, but there's only a couple videos that I've done, and I've done like 60, I think, that I actually monetized because they didn't get caught by the copyright at all. So there's ads running on the video, but all the money from those ads that are copyrighted, they go directly to whoever owns the rights to the song. So none of that comes to me whatsoever. It froze again? It looks like... Is it at YouTube's discretion what gets monetized? Pretty much, for monetization, you have to have above 1,000 subscribers and you have to have above 4,000 minutes of watch time within the last 12 months. So that enables your channel to be certified for monetization. So my channel is able to be monetized, but especially for reaction videos and stuff like that you're having other people's content on your content, especially music, then as soon as you upload the video, it uploads, it goes to 100%, and then it processes the video, and it goes to 95%, and it scans your video, and it automatically traces that song in your video and copyrights it. the money, all the money would go directly to. It says like you're not getting a copyright strike. Don't worry. This is just a heads up, is what it says. You get an email from YouTube that says basically the copyright owner for that song has claimed your video. So there will ads will appear on your channel on your video for this, but all the revenue will go to the copyright holder. If that makes sense. But like I said, there's live streams, like things that are 100% my content that have no other things in them, I can monetize. So these live streams I monetize. Whenever I start putting up the more vlog style videos, I will monetize those. I'm going to document and film my entire process whenever I record my actual song, like the songs you guys heard earlier. Whenever I actually record those songs and do that whole process, I'm going to film it and make it like an actual series so the people that are interested in that can watch, and that will be 100% my original content, so that will be able to be monetized as well. If you underestimate yourself, I'd be happy to pay for your content. You're unique, genuine, funny. It's a no-brainer. I don't really underestimate myself. If anything, I overestimate myself. But what I'm saying is, in regards to the Patreon thing, I want to make it valuable. Like, if someone's going to pay me to do anything, then I need to make sure for my own, what is it called? Integrity, that it's worth actual money, it's worth their time. Like, I refuse to do stuff just for money unless it's actually worth the money. What do you do for a living? I actually paint boats at a factory. Sadly. Then do Patreon only content and Patreon only polls for reactions. I could do that. I'll have to look into it. That's something, maybe like if I reach 10,000 subscribers, I'll probably do something like that. Maybe once you reach 10,000, it's kind of like after the first 1,000 subscribers, that's like the actual next milestone, I guess, until 100,000. So around 10,000 subscribers is when it seems that people seem to take channels a lot more seriously, and it's a much, much harder thing to achieve. So probably around 10,000, whenever things start getting a little bit more serious in terms of the broad scope of things. Like, I take this seriously. I take this as it was my job. That's why I spend so much time and effort doing it. But like, I want to make it worth people's time and money, like I said. If I'm going to offer something like that, I'll have to look into the specifics of Patreon and how to do all that and what exactly I can do and can't do on there, that sort of thing. Hey, new to the stream, what's your opinion on power metal? I don't really know exactly what all these different subgenres and stuff like that is. Like, I'm not real big into what things are called, so I don't know specifically what you would say is power metal, I guess. I know a lot of people on the Unleash the Archers video that I did said that they were like power metal. So if I'm basing my opinion on that, I liked it. I liked everything about it. What's the coolest boat you've worked on? The company that I work for has a specific models of boats, and they're all basically the same. What I do is there's a couple of different types of those boats that get this stuff. I used to do the camo boats, like I painted the camouflage outside of the boat and the inside. So that's what I painted for a long time. And now I just got moved a couple weeks ago. I'm painting it's called spray liner. It's like almost that truck bed liner type stuff that goes in the insides of some of the boats. That's what I do now. So I work on a couple specific models of the boats, and they come up to me. I have to put them on a big lift thing and hang them on a cart and pull them into the paint booth and paint the whole inside, do all that. So that's what I currently do. First, you need to find more time to do the extra things. Don't burn yourself out. Yeah, burnout is a real thing. If you guys haven't checked it out, if you know who Casey Neistat is, I'm sure if you're here on YouTube, you've at least heard the name of Casey Neistat. He just put up a video, I think it was like 4 days ago, that talked about YouTube burnout, and it was a very, very good video. I don't necessarily have YouTube burnout. I mean, I'm just getting really rolling with this, but in life, everything has, like, I work so much that by itself burns me out. And then trying to do this on top of that, and also go to the gym and lift weights on top of that, and also see my family and spend time with my kids also adds to that. Getting any amount of sleep there for a while was impossible for me. I was trying to do these videos almost every single day, and it was impossible for me to sustain at all. And like on top of doing this, like I said, I have a business that I run on the side where I do photo and video work for people. I have people now that are paying me. They send me their footage and I edit things for them. A couple different people on YouTube. Like they actually pay me just to edit their videos for them. They send me the video, all the files and all that, and I edit it and make it into a full video and then put it up. So I'm getting paid to do that as well now. So I have a lot of stuff going on. A lot. Alex Heffron does ABCs of Metal. You should do something like song from a year starting from 2000 or something. It's a good idea. I definitely want to do some things that are like kind of throwback type videos, but I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with that yet. What's up, James? Thanks for clicking. Joining everyone here. I was hoping for a pirate ship response. Oh, yeah, that's not the type of boats I work on. Your family and health come first. I agree. That's why I backed off a little bit of what I was doing. Anyone we might know. Are you talking about the YouTubers that I like edit videos for? Because no, they're smaller channels. People that I personally know that are paying me to edit their videos. One of them actually is the guy that does or did do the vocals on the songs that I played earlier with vocals in it. One of them is actually his channel. He pays me to do that. What was the first album you bought with your own money? probably Minutes to Midnight by Linkin Park. That came out right after I turned 16, if I remember correctly. And I worked at a pizza restaurant. And I went and bought that album as soon as it came out, I remember. Oh man. I said I was going to end this live stream after 2 hours, and it is now 2 hours and 28 minutes into it. So we might as well just keep going. For me, it was American Idiot by Green Day. I remember that, whenever that came out. I had a friend that was really into Green Day, and I could never really get into them. Metallica Black Album, My Theory. Hybrid Theory came out, I was pretty young whenever that came out. R.I.P. Chester, still can't watch the video for One More Light. I've been thinking, by the way, I've been thinking about doing a cover of One More Light. I really like that song, and the way that he sings that matches like my voice, my vocal style, more of a ballad type sound. So that's something I might do in the future. That's one thing I want to start incorporating as well with these videos, is my own covers of songs and stuff like that. Now that I have actual people interested in what I'm doing and sound like. So keep your eyes out. I'll probably be doing some cover songs. I did some before. I actually did 2 by Linkin Park, so if you're interested in that, go check them out. They're not the best in the world. That was like years and years ago that I did those, and then it was like a couple years before I made a video for them and put them on YouTube. So they're like, I don't even know how old the actual song recording is, but it was fun to do. One of them was In the End by Linkin Park. I did like a metal version of that. And then I did What I've Done was the other one. Nice, looking forward to that. I'm a few years older than you. So I asked this in one of the other live streams, but something I'd like to know from you guys, what are some other YouTube channels that you watch, and why do you watch them? Specifically, ones that aren't reaction channels. Man, you guys are old. I just turned 27. I look a lot older than I am, I guess, but I just turned 27. You said you were going to rotate times for live stream, which is fair enough. What was the other time for it? I'm not sure exactly what time I'm going to do it. I'll probably put up another poll on the YouTube community thing and see what people kind of think would be the best time for everyone on that side. But so next Saturday, I'll probably do one sometime around 12 noon my time, because that, from the time difference that everyone was saying, that will be like 8 or 9 p.m. for most of them. So I get caught up on the client work and not have another reaction video to edit as well. Going to sound weird, but I've been watching the sumo tournament. The hell are you watching sumo wrestling for? $48? Damn. I watch video game walkthrough channels for the most part. Turning 21 next month. Nice. So we've got a pretty wide range of ages in here as well. That's pretty cool. I've looked at the YouTube analytics. Like, I've been viewed in like right around 70 different countries, and a lot of the age is like 18 to 50 or something like that was the highest for my videos. I only use YouTube for finding new music or just music in general. Reactions are the only channels I follow, otherwise just random stuff. Alex, Ben and Sorry, Half-Life, Lost in Vegas, Not Your Grandma, Hectic Reacts. I just love introducing people to Devin and other artists. Gaming, music, or comedy related. Some nature and craftsmanship too. That's cool. One of the things, by the way, I started in this last video, that Devin Townsend video that I did. I don't know how many of you watched that. If you haven't, go watch it. In the description of those videos, and from now on, in the description of my videos, I'm going to start putting a secret link to something that I like whether it's just interesting video or something that's really cool. It might be a band that I listen to and a song that I like or something like that. It could be something that's just pure style to where I'm working cardio at the same time. But I would say more bodybuilding movements. Do you believe in having an awareness to the influence that comes with having a YouTube channel? Of course. Why would you not? I'll be on my way. It was fun tuning in, and I wish everyone a good evening/day. Thank you for being here, Raven. Appreciate having you. Appreciate having you subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good night/day/evening/whatever time it is for you. Appreciate you coming by. Brian Shaw's channel is a great channel. I actually do watch some of Brian Shaw's channel. He's crazy dude. I watch a lot of different stuff whenever I actually sit down and watch YouTube, which isn't very often. Bench PR. I don't really ever do PRs because I work out alone and I don't really want to crush my throat. But at the strongest point that I benched 275, and it was comfortable enough to where I was able to do it by myself without fearing for my life. So something above 275. But I've never really actually maxed out. Because I don't want to die. Definitely don't want to die. And if I do die, definitely don't want to do that by a crushed windpipe from 300 pounds of weight on a bar for no damn reason whatsoever. So I think most channels are not aware of their influence. I would agree with that a lot of people aren't aware. I would also add to that probably that they don't really give a shit. And I think that's more of a prevalent thing that then they're not aware. I think people try to... That's one thing Casey Neistat talked about in that video that I was just saying about people who are doing things to try to... I can't remember what the word was that he called it. Clout. Clout. That means you're doing things for basically attention or fame in the short term. Like you're doing something to spike up the interest in your channel right now, but it's not going to last. It's not going to have any meaning whatsoever. Definitely, that's not what I'm about. And a lot of people on YouTube definitely are. I've got DMs from people on Instagram that watch my YouTube channel, and they also have a YouTube channel. I'm not going to name names because they have a reaction channel as well, but they try to do the same videos that I do. I can tell. I could tell by clicking on his thing to see. And he basically, you can tell, is one of those people that are... Dang, man, bench is my weakest lift. Bench is also my weakest lift. My legs. I basically look the opposite and always have. Like, my legs have always been my super, super strong thing, but they look like little teeny tiny bird legs. And my upper body has always looked more developed a little bit, or more than it is. But now that I'm actually starting to pack on some mass and actual strength, then it's kind of catching up a little bit. But like, whenever I was in high school, I ran track. I went to state. I ended up qualifying for state, and track was my thing. So I squatted all the time. I was squatting. I weighed like 150 pounds, 150 to 160 pounds in high school, and I was squatting 465 pounds, which was insane. I'm definitely not that strong right now on my legs, but I had a lot of back problems and things like that, and I haven't really done as heavy squatting as I used to, but I still like do leg press and stuff like that. I think the other day on the leg press, I was working with like 700 and something pounds, and I was doing it for like sets of 15. So my legs are still really strong. I just don't put as much weight on my actual back to squat it. Children. Hey, Joshua Coe's back on here. I'm going to hold you guys for a second. Deadlift is the mother of all lifts, wouldn't you say? It depends on what your goals are. But I would definitely say it's a really beneficial lift, and when you do the deadlift, you're working everything basically in your body. I do back lifts to help with my walking. Have a lot of trouble from the seizures and medicine I'm on. Yeah. I can't imagine having to do that and deal with that on a daily basis like you do. So hats off to you, dude. My non-existent hat. I really, really applaud you for being so, like I said in the last live stream, you're always like upbeat and trying to make everybody laugh. That's super, super good thing. I like to see people staying positive even in a little bit more difficult situations like that. Fight, and you want to punch that guy right over there. Are you just going to go over there and punch that guy? Like, no, you're probably going to yell and really get into it. That's how I kind of approach what I'm doing. I don't sit there and like scream like I'm being murdered in the actual gym, but a little like, bah, you know, kind of get the anger out. Like I use the gym as the place where that's my time. I go there alone. I always wear a hoodie. I put the hood over my head. I put headphones in, and that's my time to just like take out all of my whatever I'm doing. I don't sit there and scream at people. No, I don't do that. I don't yell, be crazy, but I definitely lift very intense, and I use that basically as my like physical therapy to get my shit out. And so far, that really works. If I don't lift weights for any amount of time, I can definitely tell my mood just get like energy all built up and stuff, and need to get that out. So that keeps me motivated to do that. Holy smokes, over 400. Yeah. My legs were very, very, very strong. If I actually did squat now real heavy, I could probably do that still. My legs are stronger than they were back then. 400 freedom units. Freedom units. That's funny. Yeah, I know our system is backwards, but that's the only thing I know. Freedom units. I'm definitely going to steal the term freedom units now. That's funny. Let's see. I meant over the top. Yeah. People that are like, there's extremes with anything. Anything that you do in life, there's extremes. There's extreme people with religion. There's extreme people with politics. There's extreme people that go into the gym and lift weights. There's always going to be those people that you just want to take outside and shake the shit out of them until they stop whatever they're doing. But whatever they want to do. If they want to look like an idiot in the gym, let them. It's not my business. That's why I just put on my headphones, put up my hood, and work out. I don't talk to anybody else. I don't do anything like that. I just focus on me and improving me. That's that. I kind of do that in all my life. Like, I don't. People believe other things than I believe. Doesn't matter to me. Don't try to shove that on everybody, whether that's religion or politics or you are wanting to, like use the gym for an example. Just because I like working out and I like lifting weights, I try to use that as an example, like me. for instance, like people on my YouTube channel, they see me, hopefully, starting January 28th, and it's like 4.5 months, like a transformation competition. So I think I'm going to do that actually. So over the next 4 months or so, you guys are going to see me. I'm going to get a lot skinnier, that's for sure. I weighed myself today. I'm at 210 pounds. And I'm going to, last time I did this sort of thing, I went from 220 pounds to 172 pounds in 90 days. So that's one thing I'm going to be doing. So you guys will see me shrink on camera over the next 4 months. And I will get what you call, hopefully anyways, it works out, and I'll get shredded dude. Like, I'll be looking pretty good here over the next few months. I'm not a very social person. I deal with some social anxiety and try to keep attention off me when I have to be in public. Yeah. A lot of people are like that, though. I've never really been worried about people. I just mind my own business. I don't really focus on other people. If they want to stare at me, then I'll give them a damn show. If I'm in the gym and I see people that are looking at me, because sometimes that happens, I just keep doing it. Hopefully they're looking at me for inspiration, or hopefully they're looking at me to, like, obviously what I'm doing is working if they look at me while I'm in the gym. So I just keep doing what I'm doing, and whatever they want to do. They want to sit in the gym and concern themselves with what I'm doing, then that obviously speaks more about them than it does me. Or the people that are the people that go into the gym and do the whole check-in on Facebook that they were at the gym. I've had a couple friends that didn't know that I was there, that I've seen come in to the gym. I wouldn't call them friends. I would call them acquaintances that would come into the gym, and they'll do the little check-in thing on Facebook, and then they sit in the corner or sit and talk to people or do whatever and then leave. But they put it on Facebook for everyone to see that they were at the gym, but even though they did nothing, they didn't do anything to improve themselves, they didn't lift any weights, they didn't do anything, they didn't even do cardio, didn't do anything. That stuff's annoying to me. Like people trying to make themselves look better than they are, or a heavy bag, whatever you want to call it, and a big old stand to put it on over here. Show right there. I've been trying to do that some, just mix in different types of cardio and all that. That is a freaking workout for sure. It's more of a constant ball in my chest that's bothersome. It gets bigger and bigger when I'm around a lot of people, constantly thinking about who's watching me and trying to avoid any eye contact. I totally get that. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm super, super into psychology. I've said this a couple times on different live streams, but I know you've missed a couple live streams. So I went to psychology. I went to college and studied psychology in college, and I did psychology and business management for college. So I know what you're talking about. I know, like, the effects that anxiety has on people and why you actually do that. And that's what's interesting to me about psychology and people is like finding out what makes people tick, what makes you anxious whenever people look at you and makes me completely fine with it. That's like super, super interesting to me. And I've always really liked that avenue. Reading, I always read books to lay down and go to sleep. One of the guys I like listening to or reading books of is Jordan Peterson. I've said that before in a live stream too. Lots of insecurity at the gym. Yes, there is a lot of insecurity there. Boxing is a different type of endurance. Yeah, whenever I don't go to the gym, I do workouts here in my house. I have a treadmill that's in my bedroom, and I have some dumbbells and this weight thing. So the other night, I set up like a whole circuit thing I was doing. Like I was punching the punching bag for 2 minutes straight, just like going at it. And then I had the dumbbells doing some curls and some over the head press, and then push-ups and stuff like that. And then going back and forth between them, doing the punching bag for 2 minutes at a time, and then going straight into doing that stuff, and then doing burpees and stuff, where you go down flat on the ground like you're doing a push-up, and then come back up to your feet and jump up in the air. That was a brutal as hell thing to do. And I did that for like 40 something minutes without stopping. I'm worse in one-on-one situations, but I love being on stage. The bigger the audience, the better. Yeah, see, whenever I was younger, like young, I was super shy. Like that's my own family. So I started learning more about psychology and the reason why I felt the way I did and stuff like that. And then I learned how to basically make myself into the person I wanted to be. And I know not everyone can do that, or not everyone has the ability to do that and be so self-aware of what they're doing and what makes them actually feel the way they feel and stuff like that. So I've been fortunate enough to be like super, super headstrong. Like I'm very self-aware of what I'm doing and how that affects the way people see me and like the way my own brain thinks about itself. And I think that comes across sometimes the way I talk and the way I, especially like if you ever meet me, I'm this is how I am. This is me. This is totally me. And I make that myself. I didn't ever used to be like that, but I made that me, if that makes sense. I want to be a touring musician, but I worry about being able to perform in front of people. I also don't like working out around other people. Yeah, if you're wanting to do that, you definitely will have to face that. If you guys are if you are able, I guess. I know Joshua, you probably won't be able to do this, but there's a YouTube channel called Fitness Blender on YouTube. And they've made content for like 7 years. And it's a guy and his wife. And they do like at-home workouts that you don't really need equipment, like HIIT workouts and stuff like that you can do in your house. Last year or the year before, whatever year that I did that, I think it was 2 years ago, that I did that transformation thing in 90 days. And the days that I didn't go to the gym, or sometimes even if I did go to the gym, later on that evening, I would do one of those HIIT workouts at home. And those were very, very effective. So any of you guys that are interested in maybe working out at home, if that's something you don't want to go to a gym, or you don't have access to a gym even, definitely check them out. It's Fitness Blender on YouTube. They have some really, really good stuff. They have specific girl workouts to work out like specific body parts that would be more beneficial for women. They also have complete, like, it doesn't matter what gender you are, those type of workouts, and they do some together. It's very, very, very good. My fiance did that actually with me. She only did it the days that I did it here at home, and she lost like 30 pounds in like a month and a half just from doing that, and it was only a couple days a week. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. We've been on here for 3 hours and 2 minutes. So before I end, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has joined this live stream over the entire time. If you've just recently joined, thank you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. It really means the world. Whenever I say that, I mean that. Like, you guys, you spent the past 3 hours with me, hanging out in my bedroom, listening to me playing guitar. It's insane. Still blows my mind that people are even here watching and giving a shit what I do whatsoever. So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Next Saturday, I will probably do the live stream at a different time. Like I said, I'll be posting on the YouTube channel. And like I said earlier, if you have Instagram, follow me on Instagram. My name is Brian Sweno with the number 1. It's BryonSweno, and then the number 1. Thank you guys again. Go follow me on there. You get much more content. You'll see my pictures. You'll see stories every day. I'll post a bunch of stuff